We're in the Venetian food court in Macau, and it's COVID era 2022. There's a lot of stuff happening over the last couple of years, and we're just gonna walk around just kind of see what it looks like on a Tuesday at 5 p.m. And my voice is kind of muffled because of the mask. I'll talk about that too, and put it all in context with 2022. Okay, Macau 2022. Filming the city street by street. Let's check it all out. Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da movidinha, chiquinha. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at all the different places here. I've been kind of talking about this for a long time. That basically it's just it's a major casino, but there's very few foreigners and very few foreign restaurants. The foreign restaurants have been very few anyways, but now it kind of feels like it's way more that way with COVID. They've had foreigners, no foreign tourists have been able to come in for 2.5 years since 2020, since I think they made that rule in March, I believe. So that's been in place for the last 2.5 years, and I think some people suspect that maybe that's intentional, but who knows, right? But you know, there's also trying to encourage mainland tourism, so that means that there's definitely a need for tourism. But it's not, let me see, so this is Chinese restaurants, Korean restaurant, the two on the end are closed. So Hunan, Clay Pot. So whenever I've been to the casinos anyways, I generally notice that they don't really target the foreign audience at all. It's only Chinese. So you can see that by the types of restaurants in the mall. Like you would never see a pizza place, for example. They used to have a pizza place, but it was kind of, for mainland, it was like not really very good. And you can kind of feel that that's still the case now. Then we'll just kind of give you, I remember also before this used to be super crowded with people everywhere. But since the COVID era, they've always just have one chair like that. It's kind of have a more of an empty feel. But it still looks like the Venetian in the United States though. The feeling is the same. Hong Kong cuisine, that one's closed. I think some of these are just temporarily closed because they don't make much money. Vietnamese, I was just trying to get some food here, but that one seems temporarily closed. The lights are on. Japanese, this one's closed as well. I think just all the businesses are hurting. I suspect that's what the case is. Let's kind of go through here. So we're inside the Venetian in Macau. Yeah, I do wonder where Macau's place is going to be in the future. There's a Thai one down there. Japanese here. Opening soon. Chinese one. Singapore. So we're going to walk into the main lobbies. This one right here is Castizo, which is kind of fusion Macau Chinese. So that's the food court right there. What we're gonna do is just keep going down this way. We do have some good food in there. It's kind of funny. Actually, my voice is muffled because of the mask. We're required to wear a mask in Macau. It's actually, I think they, I don't know what the situation is right now, but not too long ago you could go to jail for not wearing a mask, and people did during this very serious 10-day lockdown. Huh. This one used to be filled with Russian and Eastern Europeans used to do the music here. So it looks like they're still doing the music, but now it's let's see, maybe that is Western. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks like it is. Cool. Nice to see. It's like because of the COVID, it looks like they have this little barrier thing right here. Keep on walking. interesting because Macau very strongly focuses on the Chinese audience. So they've never really had many restaurants catering towards foreigners anyways, and then the last 2.5 years they banned foreigner tourists from coming in because of the COVID. And so now there's a lot less. And I think the economy is already kind of devastated. There's lockdowns and borders closed, and the border to Hong Kong has been closed for 2.5 years. So I'm kind of just documenting what it's like here in 2022 in Macau. Hopefully there'll be better days. But anyways, you get a little taste of Macau and kind of what it's like here. And actually all this white stuff is different. All these barrier things here. So I don't know what that's all about. Because generally in the Venetian you get this big ceiling. So we'll share that up here in a second. And we'll just give you a taste of Macau. So a Venetian in Macau. So those are the walls that we usually get throughout the casino. So maybe they're doing some kind of changes, I guess. That goes down to a lobby, I believe. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Macau in the future. Yeah, I think the food court, they're kind of similar to all the ones. You know, like I think there's such a big demand for the international audience to come here, but the city doesn't really accommodate them, and I wish that they did. It's really unfortunate. And it's even worse in this era, so hopefully it all changes. I think these are the ones that people probably want to see the most. The canals. Yeah, back before COVID, they used to have, I think they're usually like Filipino or Europeans. They would run these gondolas. But I think a lot of them they came in on these blue cards, and a lot of them lost their jobs. Then there's been a lot of other things happening lately where they couldn't work for during these lockdowns. I think in the casinos, I don't know the policy here, but I know the restaurants, there's a lot of people that were like a waiter or waitress, dishwasher, whatever kind of stuff involved in the restaurants, and they couldn't work for like 6 or 7 weeks. So those, a lot of them left, went back to Philippines or wherever they come from. There's just, and then you can't come back. So once you go, you can't come back because of the ban on foreigners entering into the city. So even ones that are working here, once they leave the city of Macau, they can't come back. So a lot of them are still around, but there's a situation where a lot of them have not been able to, have had to leave for different reasons. If they got family back home and have to attend to something, and the city bans them from coming back. So no tourists, no. So those are kind of the situation it is in 2022, and you got a little bit of taste of Venetian here. Hopefully everything changes in the future. This will be more lively, but for those of you that want to see what it's like here, locked in time in 2022, we're just gonna end it right there. Okay, Macau 2022, filming the city street by street. Let's check it all out. Chiquinha, chiquinha.